30 minutes to learn how teens think, how teens act, what teens need. Learn from them, with them, and for them via HaiTeen. Every Wednesday and Friday from 6:30 p.m. on Island TV. HaiTeen, the real connection.
Hello guys, what's poppin'? It's your girl Tina. You're watching HaiTeen. You know the vibe.
Yo, saka fet, saka di. It's your girl Nael. Et wap gade HaiTeen.
Aïe Bobo, non pas M. Bachelor, encore une fois, it's a pleasure.
So the topic of today is children in Haiti versus children in the U.S. or education in Haiti versus education in the U.S. Well, Ken, what do you think about that?
Okay, so for me, it's two different things when you're in Haiti and when you're in America. Because there are certain things in Haiti, you haven't seen them, so you cannot really qualify yourself so bon ti moun. Parce que en Haïti, il y a pile bagay nous pas gain accès à eux. Peut-être c'est parce que nous pas gain moyens économiques ou bien tout c'est parce que les parents serrent nous comme ça. Avec ici là, n'importe l'âge de pour venir dans l'âge de 7 ans, you have to work because you know in our country we have to work to get things. C'est pas comme si que vous pouvez venir ici pour mettre espoir sur le monde qui peut boire tout bagay. So now travail c'est liberté. So whatever you want to do, you will do it. For example, when I came here, I needed an iPhone. But parents say iPhone too expensive. And then it's like, Timon, l'église, pas qu'à sur Facebook. But when I got here, the first thing I did, I have a job and I get myself an iPhone. And now I'm everywhere. So now, when I was in Haiti, they think I was going to be, yon petit pasteur. And when I'm here, they see me differently.
Bayo, Wilke, bayo!
So, it's not,
yeah. TikTok, Instagram, or poste.
Yeah, so
it's not Photoshop.
Really, it's not really the same thing.
Annabelle?
I feel like education-wise, not only school-based, but the environment around us, we see more, we experience more.
What do you think, Bash?
Et moi, c'est qu'il y a une grosse différence. Si on parle de éducation Haïti avec ici, on prend la base là. Pour moi-même, the first thing, pour un balance, c'est its culture. Haïti, nous lever no culture. It's first of all, it's Caribbean culture, and second of all, it's Haitian culture, and third of all, it's just like Haitian culture. So where it's en majorité là dans limité en pile. Qu'on y a là, là où vient faire transition, vivre ici, ou vient exposer avec not only a different culture, but ou vient exposer tout avec un pilote bagaille que vous pas de accès avec comme on dit en Haïti. So définitivement ça va jouer un rôle parce que en pile monde tout tant que moi l'aime t'a grandi en Haïti et OK, parents fait éducation la caillou et puis éducation fait l'école, moi même dans l'école caille frère. But quand on a love ici not only quand on vient plus grand but ou commencer compter tout plus tout. Quand on a là toute éducation ça parents te ba ou yo. OK, so wap on ti portion dans ça, on ti portion dans ça. Quand on a là you become like a grown person. Quand on a là tout ça au ba ou yo, va mettre poste yo to be the person you are. So, pour moi-même, son gros différencier.
Il y a un autre bagage que je suis capable de dire de l'éducation en Haïti. Nous ne connaissons pas ta mode, right? Gens comme si des fois parents éduqués ou les veulent dans forme ça, obligés de prendre forme ça until ou vient grand monde, on vient prendre forme pas. C'est là ça société parle pas un bon petit monde encore, ou venir des jouer on va dire pendant ce temps, c'est monde sérieux, mais était juste
Mais ça qui est un bon petit monde.
Yeah,
Un
exactly.
bon petit monde, c'est un monde qui vit gens que tu paraît dans le monde là.
Hein?
Parce que l'aime dit gens paraît dans le monde là avec comme ce tempérament que le gagne, par exemple.
Comme si has a kid.
Tant que l'aime dit comment me dire parents tracent une route pour vous. Tant que vous vont à l'école pour gagner une éducation qui part comme si un bagage qui est de nature. Parce que un bagage, c'est apprendre pour qu'à élaborer sur lui. Mais comme ça tout, il faut apprendre des bagages qui ne sont pas dans la nature. C'est pas monde. Tant que par exemple, vous forcez à jouer piano pendant ce temps, c'est batterie m'a vu jouer. Mais en Haïti, parfois, là, jouer instrument ça, tant que dans le Lucky Dubi, c'est ça. C'est la première fois comme c'est grand monde, c'est la première fois où on a joué batterie, c'est dans la vidéo Lucky Dubi. C'est monde qu'on voit avant. Je dis on a un gros cheveu, il y a une chose, ça pas un bon instrument pour plus jouer. Mais les qu'on y a là, ils viennent gagner.
Bon, Haïtien, mais chez monde,
Comme si c'est ça qui gagne plus de monde qui marche avec là, c'est lui même qui va le faire qu'on y a là, qu'on y a changé nature. Bon, quand même dire changer comme si capacité pour venir faut apprendre à adapter avec un autre bagaille. Qui vient différent avec les comme si mon a dit comme ça, OK, pas manger là dans mes monde. C'est différent. Ça c'est pour bien parce que mon a comme si bon bagaille que pas même manger. Parce que bagaille là vient tellement grave en Haïti. Des fois, en pile, nous pas même compte si nous fait allergie. Vous comprenez? Parce que moi, j'ai pas pas fort bien.
Pas comme ça qu'il y a allergie, non, en Haïti même.
It doesn't exist.
Mais c'est qu'on a la même éducation vient comme si affectée parce que l'autre dit l'autre mange pas fort bien. Je pense que c'est intéressant de faire. Oh, on pas manger l'âme. Sous-tendez, on va pas manger l'âme, non? Vous comprenez? So,
en Haïti, tout le vient en Haïti, there's a survival mode. Et pas for tout. Et pas for the, it comes with the territory. Et pas for parents tout because
they didn't have any education, they didn't know any better, you know.
I mean, even though they knew better, c'est à cause des fois you have to adapt to your environment. C'est pas tant que c'est, you know, when your back is against the corner, you have to like find a way to adapt to it. C'est pas for tout.
I feel like it's in our blood, like we've been fighters, we've been...
Oh, depuis dans votre maman nous.
It's like me going to Port-au-Prince and now I'm trying to act like, you know, I was born here. So n'importe quoi tu as essayé de passer sur moi, je montre que je me connais. Pendant que je suis juste comme, fait que Port-au-Prince, je ne connais rien. Je suis obligé comme si je mettais mon
Pour adapter.
Question pour nous-mêmes, comme si peut-être qu'ils soient vivent à Haïti déjà, ou bien qui vivent ici seulement, mais qui tendent parler de Haïti. Là que ou un petit monde qui sort de Haïti, ils viennent ici, et puis tout ça, on le fait à l'école. Même le papa l'anglais, autant de dire on a fait comme si straight A sur l'école, avec un petit monde qui cite là, qui parle anglais, qui a une capacité pour travailler à l'école, mais qui passe sous ça et qui pas comme si capacité classe. Comment nous considérer nous balancer des mondes ça?
First, I want to say it's not because you speak a language that would make you get straight A's in school. It's determination. Welcome to the monde qui a sorti Haïti, qui vient ici, qui va parler l'anglais, and then where they become doctors, engineers, lawyers, and all of that, compared to someone who grew up here, was born here, doesn't do shit with their life. So it's basically what's inside of you, how you were built. Most Haitians who come, like, you know, from Haiti who comes here, most of them, they didn't come from a family, you know, who, you know, had a background with money.
So they want to work up
So
to it.
they work really hard to make a better living for them. That's what, it falls back again to survival mode. They, you know, it's just like they work better because of better situation. Because they weren't raised like that.
And not only that, parents as well have a big effect on that. Because I know some friends, every time they get lower than a B, bâton.
Yeah,
Oui.
that's sure.
En Haïti, il y a un plus grand focus sur l'éducation parce qu'en Haïti, pas un pile. There's not a lot of way out. Même les temps où mon fini tant que collège ou bien mon fini high school en Haïti, what's next? Mon doit avoir un diplôme ni li pas faire rien. But ici, so that's why there's a bigger comment ça?
Opportunities.
Hunger to learn.
Yeah.
Tant que mon veut plus apprendre. Et si tu m'en levé, it's yeah, high school is just high school. C'est pas tant que par la emphasize on like you have to do this, you have to do that. It just I feel like on Haiti there's a bigger need for education because like tant qu'on dit tout on a cherché like a way out, but ici there's the way out is you don't have to go to college to find a job here. You
Okay,
know.
so now for me, travail, gain l'argent, pas vraiment lié avec éducation parce que vous pouvez éduquer aux pauvres. Comme ça tout, vous pouvez pas éduquer, comme si les gens ont mal élevé ou pas respecter les gens, parce que si vous pas respecter les gens, vous plus ou pas éduquer, vous gagnez l'argent. Mais on pas jamais comment pour comme si vivre entre monde ou bien
Have the
comment.
manners.
Yeah.
Social skills.
So now, est-ce que vous pensez en Haïti pays à son pays qui est éduqué lié?
No. If you're looking
No.
at the general perspective or the general population, no.
No.
I feel like it depends who you are and
No,
your
I
family.
mean, like
No, he's
in
talking
general.
about in general.
In general.
Haiti
Yeah.
is not. Because when you're looking at it, a lot of people say, "Pop God, they people moun qui sont dans la province."
But
It
they're
was more
disciplined
so-
though. They're more disciplined.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
For example, they know they have to do telle chose to get telle chose to do that chose to do this.
Survival mode.
That's
I wouldn't-
willing.
Willing.
You have
It's
more
like-
will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think because discipline falls under education, and I feel like a lot of people in Haiti are not disciplined because they don't have access to education.
Yeah. So.
But it would depend as to what type of discipline you're talking about. Par exemple, pour moi, je te parle de, for example, les marchands. They know they have to do telle chose to get this money, to get these fruits, this, and that. They know they have to wake up at this time. That's when most of the people are gonna
These
come.
people, they
You
have
to do
work
this.
ethic.
Exactly.
It's called work ethic.
But to have in work ethic, you have discipline.
Yeah.
For example, for us, we need to have discipline to come on time. We need to have discipline to, I don't know, to greet our guests a certain way. We have to have discipline to do this and this and that.
I don't think it's discipline. It's called being life. That's life. I mean, you don't want to walk in the room not say good
Being
morning
life.
to nobody.
Yeah.
Hello, who raised you? Even the animals greet you.
Yeah.
My dog greet me.
Ça,
c'est
5 secondes.
Okay, so we're gonna play the game. It's called 5 Second, where I give you a question and you have 5 seconds to answer. Vulcan, de qualité qu'a un papa ici.
Arrogant, remet travail.
Bam de souvenir l'école Haïti.
Un pile bâton,
Oh,
étudiant pile bagage qu'on pas jamais encore.
il s'était grandi, wow.
Ok. Qui va ou pas aimer les parents de
Bagay, aucun bagay. Par exemple, au cas de me sauver.
Qui va ou pas aimer un fossé ou manger leur petit.
Maï moulin.
That was so quick.
Maï moulin. Ba tout gel.
Wow.
Ok. Qui jouet ou t'es pire aimé là où t'es petit?
Marel.
Ok. Qui pire gros punition parents t'es bon?
Mettez ma genou.
Annabelle, qui moun qui plus sévère? Papa ou bien maman?
Maman.
Oui.
Oui.
Moun pam. De qualité qu'a un maman haïtien.
Protective,
Mhm.
prévoir le futur.
Prévoir voyante, Miss Clio. OK.
Well, this is our 5-second game. Thank you guys for watching.
Nelson Mandela says that education is the most powerful weapon we can use to change the world. So, if that is true, so est-ce que Haïti son problème d'éducation gain qui fait comme si bagay yo clopli clopan comme ça?
What's the quote again?
Education is the most powerful weapon we can use to change the world.
Yes.
But just know, it's not the only thing.
Yeah,
yeah.
that is true.
To change
I
the
agree
world.
with that.
Well,
I agree with that.
but not everybody wants the world to change. So
Exactly.
a lot of people who are educated and have access to it and have access to change the world don't want to change the world.
Okay.
So in Haiti, unfortunately, we do not have access to education, and there's a lot of like other, aspect that play like a major role to like the where the country côté pays y est actuellement. So c'est pas tant que éducation seulement qui oui éducation joue un rôle important. It's a major part of it parce que on regarde en nation que premier monde qui éduqué qui dit qu'on ça rejoindre un proper education in Haiti.
Okay.
The percentage is like very small. I don't know it, but I'm pretty sure it's very small.
Encore une autre question pour nous tous, right? What is it like to be educated? How can you tell this person is, educated? Based on what factors?
Someone who's educated, I think it's someone, obviously, who go to school, or went to school, have control over their life, who is humble, knows how to have social skills, respect people. It's not like sometimes some people think because someone has money or is powerful or status makes you educated. That doesn't make you educated. For me, it's the simple things really that makes you educated.
Okay.
Bah d'accord, en pile so di yo, but
All right.
I feel like you don't have to go to school to be
moi-même
educated.
tout.
Yeah.
Grand pile moun qui parle l'école, grand pile haïtien qui parle l'école qui mais leur chita avec une conversation dit waouh, monsieur connaît en pile bagay, éducation pas dépend de l'école, gen moun ka l'école qui bête en pile. Gen moun ka l'école qui pas apprendre, qui juste à l'école pour aller à l'école for the sake of it. But moi c'est education has to do with the person you are, your character as a person, and also your will, how you treat other people. Education is much more than about you. Education is just like, a person in jail can be educated as hell. One of the most educated men that I know is my grandfather. My grandfather didn't go to school, but monsieur était grandi à paix, so they taught him Greek, Latin, and he knows a lot about literature.
I feel like that's more knowledge, though.
Yeah, it's a type of school.
Yeah, I feel like that's your opinion, my opinion. I say also it's character. I feel like it's mostly your character to determine if you're educated or not.
But one thing, if I don't get along with you, for me, you're not educated.
If you don't get along with someone?
Yeah, somebody's character. It's like, just because I don't like the way you talk or act, for me, you're not someone I can,
But for you?
Yeah, because sometimes it's personal. Just because I don't like the way you talk.
That's personal.
That's your,
and then go like, oh, you ghetto. Because the way you talk, I don't like it, but you educated. But sometimes people see you...
personnel pas,
Yeah, people see you differently. So now, what I'm trying to ask you guys, it's like, what, some, general criteria. They are not, they don't have to be personal. It's like, when you say this is the light, you just see it, it's the light.
It's human nature for us, chaque monde différent, mais it's human nature for us to disagree. But just because we disagree doesn't have to be like, I don't have to take it personal.
Okay.
Vous
So
comprenez
for me,
ça?
one thing we all have in common, si nous considérons nous comme si éduqués, humilité. Le plus souvent,
No.
la caille tout le monde, on ne peut pas parler de l'école, mais je te dis pour grand-papa, vous comprenez?
Yeah.
La caille tout le monde qui est à l'école, ou pas arrogant, parce qu'on connaît qui ça veut dire opinion de l'autre monde. C'est dans toute catégorie ça, yo. Monde qui est éduqué, classe la donne, ou pas arrogant.
But ou doit éduquer, you don't have to practice humility.
Les conseils abdou dans moi chanter créole.
Affaire pas moun brother.
Ou man kon bagay, oh yes.
Affaire pas moun créole là, m'pa vivre pour moun. M'gen doit moi c'est un plus gros problème par nous instiguer dans nous pendant n'a grandi. Même lorsque font bagay, no you have to be humble. Non si me font bagay, I can back it up. Why do I have to be humble about it? Yes, there's this level of humility, but just because like tout le monde différent, like
Now it's culture.
Huh?
This is not for everybody.
But I feel like there's different types of educated. Like there's the like table education. Like you know which fork to use, you know which spoon to use. There's education in the way that you speak. There's education as to if you're street smart or you book smart. It depends.
100%.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. Okay. So now, I don't know if I'm wrong or right. It's like you trying to tell me you can be educated but arrogant at the same time.
Oui.
Yes.
Big time. Look at Kanye.
Yeah.
Don't you think he's educated?
Yeah.
Okay.
Arrogance is something to describe a person, like an adjective. It's part of your character.
It's yeah.
Yeah. There's people with degrees, multiple degrees, but they're
now-
stupid as hell.
Bonjour, ou bonsoir, ou welcome to Tikoze ak Misha. Jodi nous avons un très important topic. Topic là Haiti versus America. Which education system is better? Now, this topic in particular is extremely suggestive, but I will say I do believe the primary schooling education in Haiti is probably a whole lot better than the one in America, just being that, you know, in most schools in Haiti, from my knowledge anyways, it's something that you have to pay for, something that's not free, and they take education very seriously in Haiti, just like in many other countries, unfortunately, rather than like states or countries rather than America. Now, when it goes to higher education, such as like universities, colleges, and things like that, then I think that, you know, America can hold its own in that state, in that sense, meaning that there are a lot of different private universities and just universities in general that can help you and steer you along the way and the path. But I would say definitely when it comes to primary education, that Haiti does have a much better education system, and just like the value placed on education in the country, just, you know, Haiti, everyone not necessarily being well off in that sense, and education just be a very important and prized possession in that country that is just taken a whole lot more seriously. And oftentimes I know from people in my own life, friends or even family members who may have come from Haiti and came to the US, they had tend to been a lot farther ahead rather than, you know, someone like myself who had, you know, American education. Now, I will say, typically though, when you are able to go to maybe more of like a private school, or sometimes you have charter schools or special programs here in America, that can make the education a little bit better and maybe a little bit more competitive to the one in Haiti. However, like I said, Haiti does have a really great education system, especially, like I said, it being something that's not necessarily free. Now, I would love if Haiti can eventually in the future have that thing where people can go to school for free and the education system can still be really great. And I think that's something definitely to look forward to in the future, because I think it would be wonderful if everyone had that opportunity. But unfortunately, that's not the case right now. So as always, ça seulement, and you can of course join me on Instagram at chatswithmichelle_, and na parle plus tard. Bye.
Like we said before, education is not mostly about school. Parce que le plus souvent, comme si les mal en dehors, grand pile grand monde, yo pas qu'on lit rien.
Yeah.
Mais à cause de comme c'est humilité, moun toujours dit, oh, c'est moun ça à l'école, il t'a plus bien éduqué toujours, il t'a plus qu'on comment pour vivre avec l'autre monde. C'est ça que comme si si nous comme si à basé dans la question éducation, faut à l'école pour gagner masters comme si, ou bien PhDs, il peut venir comme si on barre qui comme si strictly aller avec school.
But ça vient to connaissance in a subject.
Okay.
Compared to like culture, compared to like education, the way people, the gens levé, une différence. C'est que à l'école, you go à l'école pour prendre knowledge, like to get knowledge. But lola kayu, there's a knowledge of being that your parent has to instill in you,
Okay.
and that's two different things.
Okay.
You know?
So, like Tina said that there was a different type of education.
Big time.
Yeah. So for me, it was easy for me to do customer service because when the customers they be talking, it's like I don't mind because I used to it. When my parents or my big brothers sisters be talking, I just have to listen and not doing anything.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing for customers. So now they be saying that, oh, your education is different from
That's a skills. This is a skills.
But now it becomes a skills right after I get used to it. Because in my household, you can talk. They talking to you. Since I am the youngest one, so when they be talking to me, I have to just sit and like that and listen. So now it becomes a skill because now I use it for other people to listen. But
good.
now it's different. If you talk, I'm gonna talk back.
Exactly. You go out of it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this was an amazing conversation. I learned a lot, and I hope my audience and my fans enjoy this conversation. Do you guys have anything you want to say to your new fans and your audience?
Okay. Éducation, pas gen ken koto pour aller pour joindre. C'est dans l'esprit lié et pour connaître qui ça qui veut dire les monde éduqué. J'en parlais à pas faire plaisir pour t'en éduquer, apprendre connaître les monde qui ont comme si un bagage personnel avant avec laisser ou même qui ont un problème que tout l'autre monde ou la caille. Depuis c'est des grands monde qui ont mal élevé, tout reste monde à l'aise avant, connaît monde qui ont un problème personnel avant. Éducation ou qu'après un petit classe l'école, un petit classe la caille, un petit classe dans la rue, c'est ça qui parle venir fort comme si strong. Surtout nous même en Haïti, quand pile bagage nous pas prendre la caille. Dans le téléphone, dans la télévision, et puis ça vient faire nous devenir monde que nous hier.
Monsieur bien prêché là. Moi-même, moi c'est éducation, son bagage qui va bien fini, son bagage son bagage que each and every day that ou apprendre, and then as you get older, you're gonna get a bit and piece of it. C'est bon bagage you can figure out in one day. So whatever makes you happy, I guess.
Well, this was HaiTeen. Catch us every Wednesday and Friday at 6:30 p.m. Thank you.